Our next speaker needs no introduction. He is literally one of the leading video marketers on the planet. This is a guy that in a short amount of time has gone from I don't know where to being fucking everywhere. You can't escape his madness and his awesome marketing. This guy does it in a way that no one else does it, making way too much money and having way too much fun. Give it up for my boy, Mr. Billy Jean!
Appreciate you. Thank you very much. It's a great introduction. What's up, everybody? First things first, what the fuck? I mean, I'm sitting there listening in the back like, what am I going to talk about now? $120 million, 56 cap rate. My brain's like, what the fuck did he just say? I have no idea. What am I even doing in this room? And what I've learned from meeting several different entrepreneurs in different niches is every entrepreneur has their own superpower. So I just discovered in the previous talk a superpower I didn't even know existed. But about that fund, yeah, if you need cash, I have that. I will give it to you, just give me more. Anybody help me with that stuff? Yes, right room, okay, cool. Today I'm gonna talk to you guys about video. And I believe it is the #1 area that every single person in this room needs to make a priority in their business, or I think you're gonna be out of business. And I know that's a big statement, especially in this room with a bunch of successful people. But I'll explain that, but first I'm just gonna show you a video. For those of you who haven't, like raise your hands if you've seen my ads before, so I get a feel. All right, well fuck it, and I don't. Well, if you haven't, for the one person, oh shit, I almost wanna skip the whole first video now, damn it. Well, let's just play the first video anyway, because it was a good one, and it was just set context to the rest of today. So let's start there, and we'll figure it out and stuff like that.
In about 4 minutes, this advertisement is going to disappear, which gives me just enough time to shave her head and give you the opportunity to become a real marketer. My name is Billy Jean, and I'm the wolf of paid advertising. When it comes to paid advertising, on any given month, I spend about $10,000 on podcasts, another $36,000 on billboards, about $100K on Facebook, and another $200K on YouTube. Cheers. And if I'm being completely honest, another $30,000 to $50,000 on this penthouse, company trips, a Bentley, a Corvette, a suite at the San Diego Padres. Why? Well, that's because it's awesome. Now, before you skip this ad, let me ask you a question. Do you hear that? That's the sound of opportunity knocking. Some entrepreneurs will skip this ad because they're allergic to opportunity. But not you. You're smarter than them. You know the consequences of not using social media advertising in 2017, and that's why you're still here listening. See these little black boxes? They're called computers. And I'm gonna let you in a little secret about these computers. They're not gonna create advertisements themselves. Without you, they're just worthless hunks of plastic. Like a loaded M16 without a trained Marine to pull the trigger. And in the case of the computer, it's up to each and every one of you, my highly trained marketers. My geniuses who will not take no for an answer. My freaking entrepreneurs who will not stop advertising until your clients buy or freaking die. Let me tell you something. There is no nobility in free traffic. My business has relied on paid traffic, and my business has relied on free traffic, and I use paid every freaking time. Yeah. Because when I need customers, even if I'm in the back of a limo, I can open up my laptop, log into Facebook or YouTube, turn on an advertising campaign, and watch the customers fly in like this $40,000 gold watch. Now, if anyone thinks I'm being superficial or materialistic for using social media, well, go pass out flyers outside of McDonald's, because that's where you belong! But before you click out of this ad and you depart this room full of winners, I want you to take a good look around at the geniuses in this room. Go ahead, I'll give you a moment. Because sometime in the not-so-distant future, your business is going to be in big trouble. And you're gonna be begging to pay one of these geniuses to do your marketing. So you listen to me and you listen good. Are you behind on your credit card bills? Good. Register for my training and start advertising. Does your girlfriend think you're a freaking loser? Good. Register for my training and start advertising. Is your landlord ready to evict you? Good. Register for my training and start advertising. I want you to deal with your problems by becoming a genius. All you have to do today is register for my training and implement what I teach you. And I will put you in front of more customers than Amazon on Black Friday. I want you to ram your advertisements down your customers' throat until they choke on it. Until they freaking choke on it! You'll be relentless! You'll be ferocious! You'll be marketing freaking geniuses! Now let's knock this mother out the park!
Yeah, thank you. That's my superpower. Don't know shit about real estate, but I can make a video. And I can make a video that we like to say in the office, that sells shit. And a little stats about that. But first of all, I kind of want to go behind the scenes on that. Number one, that is not our most profitable video ad. By a long shot. It did well, as you can see the stats right here. Spent about 150K on it. It's been seen over 16 million times. Got 22,000 leads, name, email, phone number. Got a bunch of members to our membership site, which is like $109 a month. Brought 130K, but plus upsells and all the shit on the back end, over $500,000 from the video. So it's cool, it works, but we've had much better performing ones. However, what that did for our business, for myself, is it really started to build the brand. And I'm learning this being a hardcore direct response advertiser, where I care if I do a video like that, how much money did I make? Kill the noise. Was it profitable? But I'm learning that the real profit is in brand. And that right there, when I'll get into like random Uber or Lyfts, they won't say anything for like half the ride. Then all of a sudden I'll get one of these. Okay, this thing's working, right? And so videos, for those of you that want to be remembered, it's everything. Your company to be remembered, your team to be remembered, whatever it is, it's the holy grail. So we're gonna have some fun today. For those of you who've never seen me speak in person, like to get active, like to get live, I curse on occasion. I guess that's okay with this group, which I appreciate. And the other thing I'll touch upon too, because I asked a question, I said, what was the biggest challenges that you guys were facing? And a lot of you responded with hiring and building a team. I want to let you know that video is a great tool for that too. You're just selling people at the end of the day, right? You're selling the experience, you're selling the culture. You're selling what the experience is going to be like for the person when the second that they walk in. So I'll intertwine all this, but tip we give you today, it's unconventional, but it's real AF. Anybody know what it is? This one. Boring will put you out of business. Boring will put you out of business. And that's not just this like, ooh, let me put it out there and hope the room goes, I'm being serious. Most people are getting their customers right now, not all, but a lot, and it's trending this way to be more and more, from Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Google. All of those are auctions, meaning the persons whose message they're going to show is the person who pays them the most. However, they make most of their money when people are on those sites. So when they're not on those sites, they lose money. So even if you have the biggest pockets in the room, if your advertisement, your message, your video, the way you write is boring, they simply will not show your ad. Period. Because it ruins the experience for them, people leave the platform and then everybody loses. So their biggest priority is to make money like ours. So if your shit is not entertaining, you're done. If that makes sense, say yes. Yes. Cool. Just filling you guys out, seeing what we got here today. All right, entertainment's not an option, it's a requirement. Yeah, our tagline, our company, entertain, educate, execute. I believe in that. Let's keep growing. Question, how many of you are currently in real estate? Just to make sure, okay, in the right room. Now, how many of you are investing as much into your real estate as you are your content? Anybody? Anybody like hardcore, like you feel like you got your shit together, you're the content person, your website's on point, your ads are on point? Okay, let's take 2 steps back. All right, how many of you are spending at least $100 a day on Facebook? That's okay. Progress, I like it. And then the follow-up question to this. So I will tell you this, in the last year and a half, spoken in a lot of different stages, and I've asked this question at every single one. So there's probably been a collective of, like, I don't know, like 10 or 20,000 people, something like that. And out of all of those people, 3 people have ever answered yes to this next question. How many of you are spending at least $100 a day on YouTube? Right now you are? That's good. I'll tell you, you can raise, be proud. You're just fucking up my numbers, though. Next time I say it, it's not as powerful, because so like, I don't appreciate that. But like one person in the room, when the market zigs, you might think about zagging. There's the opportunity. So today I'm not just going to teach you about videos that sell stuff. I'm going to teach you how to place them on YouTube specifically to get them out to the masses for like a fraction of the cost of any marketing that you're currently doing right now. Okay, so let's rock and roll. Advertising is only expensive if you lose money. If you make money, it's an asset. Usually when I'm in rooms like this, what I find is when you guys think of advertising, your first reaction is eye roll. Your first reaction is, does it really get a return on investment? Does it really work? Can it be tracked? And you just look at marketing as a percentage of your budget. And hopefully we can change that today. So 2 advertising mistakes that I see a lot, especially in real estate, that I think is costing everyone a fortune. And number 1 is this: not asking enough people to buy or join your team. So let me get really specific here. I'm actually gonna take 1 step here. There we go. All right, can you help me out, Jordan, if I'm missing? Number 1, when you guys are recruiting people, how are you guys doing that right now? Phones? Having people come in?
Video.
You're using video. You can't talk anymore. Now you're done. Just doing all the right things. Messing things up. What about everybody else?
Video text.
Video text, that's strong. I like that. Anyone else? How'd you guys build your businesses? Direct mail. Direct mail? Outbound dialing. Craigslist?
Emails.
Is everybody acting like you never used Craigslist to hire somebody before? Do that shit all the time. I got like 30 people. It's Craigslist, right? Indeed, whatever it may be. It's one-to-one. It's slow. It takes forever. The process, blah, 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 blah. Next is some of you are selling one-to-many, but you're doing it in rooms like this. And that's cool, and that's good, but what am I reaching right now? Max 100 people? Maybe it's posted in the group to reach a little bit more people. Still not the best. It's not maximizing our efforts. And then thirdly, some of you think you're reaching the masses, but this is all you're doing. Be real, who's been on a bench ad before? That shit was for your ego. That wasn't to make sales. That was to do the drive-by. You got a girl in their car. Hey, you see that bench over there? Just pull over for no reason, just take a seat. Anyways, just continue on. The real opportunity is selling with videos. Your pitch is perfect every time. You can be in 8 billion places at once. You can also, no sales team required. This is the biggest shift that I'm gonna have you make throughout today. No sales team required. There's nothing more frustrating than you can bring all the leads into the world, but then it goes to the wrong person on your team, they close 0, and then you're stuck like Chuck. Now you're questioning your whole operation. Happens all the time. That's why I love video. So in October 2018, in our company, on our personal brand, we spent about 160 grand. We turned that into over $1 million. A majority of that was generated via video, which I was happy about and I was proud about. So number 2, not understanding the impact of credibility versus building a following. Now, this is always a fascinating conversation to have in rooms like this. Scale of 1 to 10, how important is influence? 10. We're all on the same page, right? So I'm going to ask you guys a question, play a little bit of game. How many of you know who this man is? Anyone? Okay. Secondly, how many of you know who this man is? Couple people, right? I'll explain to you who both are. The guy on the left, this is real shit. I forgot his name because I just put it in my presentation last time. Forgot his name. But he was part of the team that created the internet. His impact's pretty fucking big. You're probably on your phones right now. Like, he's the real deal. This other guy, 6'9". His name is Tekashi 6'9". Now, some of you are like, I don't know what's going on right now. We're all in. What'd you guys bring in? What's happening right now? This guy's the hottest rapper today. Hottest rapper. Like, statistically. He has 10 #1 songs on Billboard. He rose to fame within like a 4-month time span just using Instagram. And he has 14.8 million people who are following him. If there's a crisis and we need to reach the masses, Trump calls this guy's like, yo, man, can you just go ahead and post this shit real fast? No, really, we need to tell people it's happening. And then you know what his second call is? Kim Kardashian, her sisters. Hey, can you guys let everybody know? Lady Gaga, Justin Bieber, Selena Gomez. Scary. But it's also what it is. So we can sit here in this room and like, I'm not going to do the social thing. I'm just going to have resistance to it. It shouldn't be like that. It's just a fad. It's not going away. Shut the fuck up. Right? We'd be lying to ourselves. I was him for Halloween. That was my outfit. I just wanted to put it in this slide, so. Anyways, so does this make him credible, though? Not necessarily, just because he has 14.8 followers. You guys want me to play it? I put it in here. I didn't know if I was going to play it. If you haven't heard it, would you like to hear the type of shit this guy is putting out into your kids' airwaves? Okay, it will offend you 100%. So if you're one of those people that gets really offended, I promise you, this will offend the hell out of you in so many different ways. So just plug your ears. Okay, that's enough. And for those of you who couldn't hear, between all of his yelling, he said, whole squad full of fucking killers, I'm a killer too. That was the lyric. That was the line. This has been played to the masses. This is like #1 streamed on Spotify and iTunes and all those things that we're ignoring because we're still trying to go back to the bottom, whatever it is, right? This is happening. This is going down. So right now, a lot of people think he's weird. He's strange. He's different. And we're going to do a little exercise because I want to flip that on all of you so we can figure out who's really weird. Weird versus weird, okay? So when people are ready to buy, and I don't care what product or service this is, whether it's real estate or selling papers or table, it doesn't really matter. We all do the same thing. Anybody know what that is? We stalk. It's the first thing we do. When you're gonna go on a date with somebody, what's the first thing you do? You stalk. If you've been married to the same person for 30 years, but you've been gone for too long, what do? You stalk. Well, what's she like anyway? Who are you commenting on? No one's jealous in there? Okay, anyways, so continuing on. Let's actually go into that from a business standpoint, what it looks like. First thing they do if they're thinking about doing business with you is they will go to your website. And they'll look, and they'll see what's going on, and then they'll check you out on Facebook, and then they'll check you out on Instagram, and then they'll check you out on YouTube. And all they're doing is and then to go to Yelp. All they're trying to do is figure out two things. Are you shady or are you trustworthy? That's all you really want to know. What kind of person is this? So I want you guys to rate your business for real right now. I see you all got notes and stuff. And this exercise is going to make you feel uncomfortable. But you should do it because then you can make a change. So first things first, made this form. It's quantity on the left side, quality on the right side. Quantity is referring to just how much shit do you got on your website. Do you have a lot of stuff on there? Can people see that you've been posting for a while? If you're one of those people that just has one post on there and it's been like 4 years since you've had your website, that looks even weirder than not having one, right? So we look at quantity. Second is the quality. What kind of stuff are you actually posting on your website? Is there like one blog post that you hired somebody else to do, then you got over it because you didn't see the ROI fast enough, now it's just sitting there? Right? Rate yourselves. Anybody willing to share your rating aloud? Okay, that's how y'all feeling? 5. There we go. And that was a proud 5. What else? 7? Okay. So I'm going to guess everybody who's not saying loud is probably in like the 1 or 2. Right? Now let's continue on. Facebook, do the same thing. If somebody stalks your page on Facebook, or even worse, you do not have a Facebook, what's the first thing you think about that person? How many of you have kids here? If your child was going to date somebody and they didn't have a Facebook and they couldn't be found on the internet, what would you tell your kid? Hey, honey, you should probably stay the fuck away. Probably a serial killer or something along the lines. Accurate? So we're making decisions about if somebody is weird based on their existence of online stuff. Now, if I just said that and open up with that, you say, yeah, but that's not really true. But as we look at this, this is true. We just agreed that this is how people make their buying decisions. And now we're rating ourselves and we're saying, damn, I might be in trouble. So I posed that question when I showed Tekashi 6ix9ine, and he has rainbow hair, and his music is extremely vulgar. But when we look him up online, he's got 50 million followers, so he must be all right. Must be doing something right. Better than the guy my daughter is dating, who doesn't have a profile. Better than the company I should do business with that doesn't have a website, that hasn't been updated in 40 years. Better than the company who literally has 3 posts since 2016. This is what your customers are doing. Hey, you should come work with us. I know recruiting was a big challenge here. You should come work with us. So you put out your ads on the Monster, the Indeeds, the Craigslist, the direct mail, whatever it is. It's like, come on, come work with us. So what's the first thing that they do? They go to your website. They click the About Us. They say who else is on the team. There's nobody, because you didn't update it. They continue searching, and they say, well, damn, what do the people like that actually work there? Then they go to your Instagram and Facebook. They see nothing. They see one picture of like 3 people in the office with a cake because it was someone's birthday. They're like, oh, we should post this. You're weird. Tekashi's not weird. We're weird when we're not taking action on these things. And I'm spending so much time on this because I want to drill this in your head when I start this thing and I say, hey, this may put you out of business. I'm not kidding. I joke a lot, but this is exactly what happens to brands that don't adapt. You think this shit was a fad. You remember when do you remember when websites first became a thing? How people really felt about them? It was, I don't need a freaking website. The heck is that? Internet stuff? Then it became a standard. Facebook. I'm not sharing my information to the public. Are you crazy? Now everyone needs to, you post your fucking food now. Right? Don't get caught up. So anyways, that was a long-winded way of saying, like, please post stuff. Make it a priority. And then I'll kind of second that and go off tangent here for a second, but it's important. To do these things at scale, it actually is a full-time job. So a lot of us have the reaction of, we don't know it so well and we're fearful of it, right? We fear what we don't know. And so our first reaction is, all right, I just went to this thing, the Billie Jean guys. Nah, he said I gotta do the social, honey, whatever. I'm gonna do the social thing. Now call up Steven. Doesn't he have a daughter? She's just about to graduate college. See if she wants to do it for $10 an hour. Whatever, just hire her, I don't care. And then someone calls you out on it and you yell at Susan, why didn't you do this right? You never trained her, you didn't talk to her, but you had these crazy ass expectations on a $10 an hour wage. So one thing that people comment on when they come into our office or they see our videos, because when you see our videos, almost every single person that you see there, unless we need extras, works in our company. How do you get people to dress up like Oompa Loompas and do a video and do all of these things? Well, one answer is you fucking pay them, but you give them incentive coming to your stuff. Right? Like, but real shit, like, it's amazing to me how many times when we go, how come they're not working hard? And I say, one answer, treat others how you want to be treated. And then you hear that and you think Bible shit, turn the other cheek. I'm not talking about that. Look at that job. Look at what you're paying them and ask yourself this question. Would you do that? Yes. Probably, yeah. probably not, maybe so, right? And if you would do it, stand behind what you do. Set that as the tone. That's your culture. That's your standard. But if you wouldn't do it, change the job. Find ways to make it fun. Find ways to make it interesting. And have them understand clarity that this is temporary, but here's what the next steps look like for you. Okay? Anyways, got so much stuff to cover today. This example here. Some people see our stuff and they go, that's because you're in marketing. So you can play around and do all this weird shit in video and pretend you're Leonardo DiCaprio, whatever it is. It doesn't actually work for serious industries. This is my favorite thing I get as a marketer. Well, Bill, I see what you're doing, but I just tell you, my customer's not on Facebook. And I can tell how many people say that by the laughs I get on that joke. And I can tell this room, you've all told a marketer, my guy's just not on Facebook. It's a user error. You just don't know how to reach them on Facebook. There's 2 billion people on Facebook. Where you find your friends at? They're not on Facebook. They must be weird. Anyways, here's a video. One of our students, Gabe, here's how he sells houses. This dance is called the floss. Cliffhanger, he does that shit the whole time. Every single room. That's his game. That's literally the only thing he does. Now, some of us look like and go, so unprofessional. I would never want to represent my brand like that. Okay, that's fine. But he got 1.1 million views off of doing that, another 26,000 on YouTube, over 60 new referral partners, and sold the home for $10K above the asking price in 4 days. You want to talk about recruiting people? Hey, we have an in-house video team that actually does videos for people and will shoot your shit, and we're creative and we think outside the box. When you come here, this is how we represent our people. It's fun. It's an environment that people like. It doesn't have to be quiet and stuffy. Matter of fact, everything about the real estate industry, we don't do. Right? That's when you get people who are die hard. You polarize. You make them choose a side. The old shit or the new shit, right? So, and I'm actually really glad and lucky to be here speaking to you guys today because I realize who's in the room, and you guys are the people that can actually make a change and an impact to this industry. And I know you guys know what I'm talking about here, like it just has to adapt. Anyways, continuing on. Boring will put you out of business. Get creative or lose. And let's go ahead and change gears here. Guess I should introduce myself, but you guys kind of knew who I was. This is my daughter. Usually when you see people speak at any event, when they introduce themselves, it's usually like, hey, what's up, I'm Billy, I've done this, da-da-da, slide logo, cool, it works. But if you're looking to stand out, which all of us are, if it's not us personally, then it's our team, what if you introduce yourself like this? Hey, my name's Billy, I'm a dad, and this is my daughter. Okay, it's my daughter, right? Thank you. And it's not even about like applause or anything, but just think about it. If there's 100 people standing in a line, everyone says, hi, I'm Billy, hi, I'm Doug, hi, I'm Susan, hi, I'm James. I'm like, hey, this is me and my daughter. Who are you gonna remember? Who gets the attention? If you're shooting a video advertisement and your video advertisement starts off with, my name's Billy Jean, I do real estate, and I'll help you find the right home at the right price. And then I'm like, yo, what up? This is my daughter. Boom. Who's going to win the listing every single time? You can't touch it. You can't touch it. And here's why. They're not even going to show your ad. See, remember how I started? If it's not entertaining, they don't even show it. You're really stuck. Anyways, now the credible shit, because I do know the room I'm talking about. I started an agency about 6 or 7 years ago. And yeah, work with a bunch of those companies and stuff. I teach a bunch of stuff. Got a membership site, 5,000 members. It's like $100 a month. Cool. School of Genius, have that, about 500 members, 5K every 6 months. Teach people how to start an agency. Cool, cool. Advertiser, spend about 100, 300K a month on my personal brand, which is why a lot of you have seen our stuff. Cool, cool. All right, that's the boring shit. Anyways, so our ads, this is kind of interesting, have been seen over 300 million times. It's a lot. It's a lot. But here's the catch with this, is television may give you some stats like that, but you have no idea who's watching. Every single one of those views right there, every time that ad has been seen, targeted. Entrepreneurs, certain incomes, certain demographics, so we know who we're reaching. So in the entrepreneur space, if I go to an event or something, people are likely to recognize me because it's targeted. I go to some other shit, it's like, who the fuck's that guy? Why is he wearing an orange jacket? Right? Just matters. But you control it. So at a local level, not to get like on the tactical side, but if you're a real estate agent, I'm targeting like the entire country, sometimes the world, whatever, okay? That's large. But if you do the same thing in a 5-mile radius, how much are people going to see you? If you're paying like a penny to 3 cents for a view, you can not just dominate your market, you can be the only thing in your market. That's how people will feel. Because where people's attention really is on their cell phones, right? And if every single time they're on their cell phone, they're just seeing you and your real estate team. And it's 1,000 times more affordable than the billboard or whatever the hell is in there, right? And by the way, I've done billboard advertising, but the reason why, I think I spent like 30 grand one month on billboard, just say, fuck it, I'm gonna test it and see what the hype's about. So, like we thought, the billboard didn't make me that much money. But what it did do, when I filmed a video of me having a billboard and then posted it on Facebook that, yo, I got a billboard, that shit went crazy. This is ridiculous. It's like, what do you mean? So anyways, the combination, that's whatever, different story. Okay, so let's go into actually creating the video. Let's start off with a simple exercise, show you the power of this, okay? This is how most people are advertising on Facebook. Let's say I owned a deodorant company. I'd do something like this. Find a nice stock image, put some text on there, probably have somebody in college intern do this, and then one person decides to say, you know what? This doesn't have to be boring. And then they bring in this guy to help sell that.
Will make you feel so powerful to blow your mind right in front of your face. Goodbye. Oh no!
Okay. Can you imagine being in that room where that was your pitch? I'm gonna get a really strong black guy. I'm gonna have Terry Crews, who used to be in the NFL. And I'm gonna have a brain pop out of his head, and then he's going to punch the brain, come back there and say, ba 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 ba. That'll be $50,000. What? What are you going to do? Right? And I give that example because this is real, right? Like the idea of being kids again, the idea of being creative, it's weird, especially at stuff like this. You guys are so smart. I really didn't know what the fuck the guy before me was saying. No idea, way over my head, way over my head. And it makes me realize how much I have to learn, but it also makes me realize, regardless of the business you're in, you're still talking to humans. It's just humans to humans, right? So, continuing on. Dentist, same thing. Professional, this is usually what you see on Facebook. This is a fun video to show as an example because it wasn't so outside the box, it wasn't so ridiculous, but it was just enough to really stand out that I think even the most rigid of CEOs can get behind.
Welcome to Whitensville Family Dentistry. You must be here for the office tour. Great, I think we're ready for you.
Millions of views. Every single day, just people seeing it, bringing in their business. One thing I'll point out too is when I mentioned earlier, I said, you know, your content, the reason why I look at it as an asset is because like that Wolf of Paid Advertising video I started with, I think what did we create that, Paul, like 18 months ago? Something like that? Still makes money. That's why you guys buy real estate, right? You buy it and it still gives you money and opportunities, etc. Same with videos. I have some videos that I've been using for 4 years that are still making money. You know the difference? I didn't have to wait 6 years to get a return. Started getting return almost immediately. It took me about less than 4 hours to make, produce, edit, and put online. Think about it. Okay, continuing on. Differences video, blah, blah, blah. There's some cool shit I want to get to. Action, good. 3 years, don't go to business, don't want to do that. Formula, good. Yeah, okay, entertaining videos, good stuff here. First 5 seconds, I'm gonna get kind of tactical into the video side. And the reason why I'm doing this with this group, because I know most of you are like, I'm just gonna hire out for this, whatever, but you need to at least understand the mechanics so you can coordinate with your team and know what's happening. First and foremost, the first 5 seconds on any of these platforms that I'm talking about today is where they decide if your ad is actually good. So remember I said if they're saying, hey, no one's paying attention to your stuff, they stop showing it. Well, they decide most of that within the first 5 seconds. Are people continuing to scroll, or are they stopping and they actually engaging? So I'm gonna show you a couple quick examples of the first 5 seconds to give you guys some ideas of how to kind of capture that moment.
We'd like to interrupt this video that you're watching on YouTube to give away $1,000, baby! Woo!
That was it. It's like, who the fuck is this guy in my screen? I don't know, but you're watching. Secondly, car shopping.
Hey, what's up? It's Billy Jean. In about 5 seconds, you're going to see me walk into this dealership and buy one of these cars. This is actually happening in real time and in real life. And the reason why I'm showing you this ad is because I know you're a marketer or an entrepreneur who's on their journey.
Sam, grab their attention, first 5 seconds. Before I show you this third one, I want to point something out. You notice a couple things in the other. One, I led with money. One, I led with a car. You know what I call that? Douchebag! Why are you leading with those things? Let's talk about it. What we forget from an advertising standpoint is meeting the customer where they're at, not where you think they should be. You want to recruit someone to your team, and you want top talent agents, whatever the fuck it is, and you're thinking about your dynasty, your legacy, and the people that you want to represent your brand, and you have all these thoughts. People can't think about success and fulfillment until their needs are met. And their needs right now is paying their bills, making sure they don't get behind on what they have going on, just saving enough money to go on a vacation. So if you started your ad with a vacation, you may feel like a douche, but somebody else has had that picture of Bora Bora on their wall since they were 5 years old. Do you guys understand how powerful that is and that switch of the difference of meeting the customer where they're at? Make sense? Say yeah. Yeah. All right. Okay, y'all are with me. This is our most profitable ad of all time. I'm gonna show you how it's just...
Hey! I just spent a lot of money getting this advertisement in front of you. So if you're a smart marketer like I think you are, come with me because there's something I want to show you upstairs in my office right now.
That's it. And I go into my office and I show them something on a whiteboard, but that was the hook.
I clicked and clicked and
You
clicked.
clicked?
Got in the funnel, saw the whiteboard.
Did you? I love it. Well, yes, see, it works.
My marketing team, I'm like, follow this guy.
I love you. We have a love-hate relationship. It started rough. We're back. I appreciate it. We're back. But that whole thing, now let me actually strategically break down to you guys what happened, because this is something that every single one of you can do. Let's watch it again.
Hey. I just spent a lot of money getting this advertisement in front of you. So if you're a smart marketer like I think you are, come with me because there's something I want to show you upstairs in my office right now.
First things first is, and again, I won't go too technical, but the distance you are away from the camera creates the emotion and also the interruption. So you notice the first thing I do is I run up to the camera. Hey. Well, one, I understand where my audience is. They're on YouTube. And this is an ad that they have the option to skip over in just a second. So before they're scrolling down, because they're trained to automatically skip over ads, I'm breaking down the fourth wall. That's such a major piece about what's switched with probably the traditional advertising that still can be effective that you're used to. is before you do a commercial, and you would never actually talk to the consumer, you just let the commercial play out. You just let the message play out. Now you must. People are smart. They know when they're being advertised to. It's weird when you don't say it. So, hey, I just paid a lot of money to show you this ad. In other words, I'm advertising to you. I am. But who cares? It's worth my time. And then in video, you get to use body language. So you'll notice that as I'm turning around right there, it's someone on a computer. They're not in front of me. But I'm like, hey, come with me. Turn the shoulder, and I start walking. People are like, dude, why? It's a fucking video. You can't walk with you, Billy. But what they also can't do is skip over the ad. They just watch it. Fuck, where's he taking me? People putting on their sweatpants, like, where are we going? Look at home. They're not doing that. All right, so once you have their attention, how do you keep it? 3 elements: prop, environment, and music. And I'll show you how powerful all 3 of these are. So number 1 is props. So this is an example from one of our videos, but notice we just have a giant box. Boxes are fantastic. We've used this in several different ads. If you really want to grab someone's attention in the very beginning, and all of you can do this, especially in real estate, and inside the box could just be keys to a house. I don't know, I just pulled that out of my ass. So either way, what I want you guys to do is think about what's something abnormal that they don't usually see that's going to grab their attention immediately. Couple tips there: oversized. People can't not look at something that's way bigger than what it should be, or way smaller. So any item that you can think of that your customer would relate to, get it in a really big size. It works. And then boxes. And then also, I think I have a couple. Oh, this prize. This is actually a prize wheel. Random tactic tip, that I think can make you all more money. Do you guys, any of you have this in your office? A prize wheel? It's fantastic for culture. So, of course, I got it oversized. It started small, that just fit on a desk. But we got it oversized, and on each slice of the wheel, there's a different prize. Movie tickets, massage, gas, Uber or Lyft, all the things we actually want that we don't really do for ourselves. Pizza, we have right there, new pair of shoes. New pair of shoes. And when anyone does anything tight inside the company, or has a great experience with the customer, whatever your metrics are, guess what we let them do? Spin the wheel. So then I took it one time and I went Facebook Live. I was like, I'm gonna get Facebook Live. Let's do this with our customers. And I was like, all right, cool, let's try it. So we started gambling, like legally. So what we did is, on one of the slices, I said, hey, you can have my course, Clicks into Customers 2.0, if it lands on blue. But if it lands on white or gray, you gotta pay half price. It's like, all right, fuck it. It seems like, Billy, you're weird. I don't know what's happening. Yeah, okay, we'll see. So we go live. 4 hours later, $60,000. Straight pulled from my ass. Pure. Cell phone, press a button. What? Props. They're real things. For your team, for your community, for everyone. It's huge. And then we've used it several times there. But these 2 resources, you want to take a picture of these websites real quick. Shindigs.com, orientaltrading.com, and then of course Amazon. And they just have a lot of random shit. You'll browse through there one time and you'll be like, oh, that's such a good idea. You start to think of these things and it really helps capture attention. Next is environment. It's the easiest way to make a video that sucks actually halfway decent. Just go somewhere that's really cool. Actual tactic step. Go to Google, type in top 10 coolest places in my city, or top 20 coolest places in my city, and shoot your video there. We go extreme, rented out pirate ships, dressed up as Spartans, have a whole costume store that we use, because I'm weird. You don't have to do that, completely unnecessary. Next, and this is the biggest. Music creates emotion, and emotion creates the action. Action in this case is buying your stuff, working with you, coming to work in your office, etc. What you say doesn't matter as much as how your videos make your customers feel. My 2 favorite resources for cheap music, and these are huge, definitely take a picture of these, is audiojungle.net and artlist.io. You may have a creative idea in your head to play the new Tekashi 6ix9ine song in your video. The challenge is you can't legally do it, right? They will turn your ad off immediately and it's not done. So what I like about this website, both of these websites, is you can get music there for $7 that you can legally use in all of your videos, and it costs nothing. And here's the thing, if you're like, well, I don't really have a good ear for music, it doesn't really matter because it allows you to search for music by emotion. You can type in the word anger. It's gonna give you tens of thousands of songs that feel angry, sad, mad, glad, happy, go lucky, whatever the fuck you want to type in, I promise you, they will pop up for $7. Another tip, categorize by best sellers. You don't have to have a good ear. The ones that were sold the most are the hottest ones. That's why people bought them. $7. You got hot songs for any emotion that you want. So, are you guys down to play a game with me real quick? Yes. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right, stand up. Go ahead. Partner up with the person next to you. Real quick. Take out your cell phones. And I want one of you to choose. One of you is the actor, and one of you is the director. Figured with this group I had to warm you guys up before I put you right into the ringer. All right? One of you is the actor, one of you is the director or actress. Okay? So now, once you guys have decided that, what I need you guys to do is the directors, you keep the phones out. Actresses, actors, put your phones away. Put your phones away. And then what you want to do is you want to turn your phone sideways, left or right, horizontally, as the smart people say. Okay? And what I'm doing right here is I'm going to demonstrate to you guys live how important music is in any pitch offer that you do. And you'll believe me. So we're all going to say the same line. I hope you guys have a decent memory. This is a really tough one. You guys ready for it? And you don't have to say it right now. I'll just say it by myself first. Ready? It's Velcro. What a ripoff. I'm a dad. I can have dad jokes. It's fine. Okay? Velcro. What a ripoff. So, by itself, you heard it without the music, it's whatever. But what would happen if we went to that audio jungle, we typed in the word sad, looked up bestsellers, and then we found this video? I wonder what would that sound like? I don't know. Feel my pain? See my struggle? See what happens there? So now it's your guys' turn. All you're gonna do is just look at the camera, and I want you to get real sad. Pretend you're about to go BK tomorrow. Your husband or wife's gonna leave you. Your best friend doesn't want to kick it no more. All right? So on the count of 3, I want you guys to give me your saddest, your deepest, darkest condolences, and Velcro, what a rub-off. Here we go in 3, 2, 1. I'm so sad I couldn't even fucking hear you. It's good. That's good. Okay. So stay standing. That's the sad. Now watch this. When you hear that music, regardless of how you are as a person, that shit makes you feel depressed, hopeless. It's like you can't control it. You're being dictated on how to feel based on sound. So let's switch that. It's pissing people off. Partner just stole from you. Probably actually happened. Go to that moment. Why not? Go to that moment. Why not? Same thing, audio jungle. What would that sound like? I don't know. What would it? It's different intensity. It's a different intensity. So I want you guys to do is just look at your partner. I want you to dive deep. Dive deep. I want you to get pissed off. They robbed you. They jacked you. They stole from you. And I count to 3. I want you to give me your fucking maddest Velcro, what a rip off. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Hey, it's a whole different energy, right? So, and then there's one last emotion that doesn't make you feel tense and stressful and vengeful and all those other things. And this last emotion we got from artlist.io, and it's inspirational. Inspirational is a hell of an emotion. It makes you do all kinds of things. I was going to give an inappropriate example, but whatever. Here we go. So inspirational. I'll play my example first, I guess. Woo! Yeah! Doesn't it just make you want to just go find some Velcro, right? Fuck it, Velcro, come on. Let's all go hunting. All right, here we go. On the count of 3, one last time. In 3, 2, 1. Hey, make some noise for yourself. Y'all did great. You did great. You can have a seat now. I love this game. I love this this exercise because I think so many times we categorize ourselves as not actors, not video people, not the one who's front facing. But as you just saw, anyone can do it. You change the music, you have some fun, you let loose a little bit, and now you're a rock star on camera, okay? So, inspired, motivated, hopeful, excited. Now, I'm gonna show you guys something that's interesting. When you're asking for a credit card, when you're asking for an action to schedule a strategy session, when you're asking for the come and visit, when you're asking to come to my open house, whatever the hell it is, once you understand that music controls their emotions and it can literally dictate to how someone's feeling, depressed, lonely, hopeless, tense, vengeful, hateful, motivated, hopeful, excited, you start to get strategic with how you're using your music in the videos. So, for example, like I played the one with my daughter. If you listen to the lyrics, it's called Under Your Spell. You got me under your spell, right? And it's about my daughter. And so the music's intentional. But from an advertisement standpoint, I want you guys to get creative with this. So angry and sad, those are great emotions to get somebody's attention. So unfortunately, because you are competing in the news feed for attention with the politics are everywhere. Everybody's a fucking famous philosopher and has their fucking shit, right? Then you have someone just had a baby, someone just got married. This is what's happening in your social media feeds. That's why you go on there. So to grab someone's attention, you really kind of have to jump in and do a pattern interrupt. And something really sad or angry is a great way to get their attention. For example, if I was on Facebook and I knew I was trying to get someone's attention in the real estate space and I could target people specifically on their zip code, which I can, I'd probably write an ad that said, hey, for residents living in 90210, in the next 30 days, the value of your home is about to decrease by 50%. What the fuck? First of all, how do you know where I live? And how do you know I'm in the zip code, right? Like, you can play with it and you can get creative with how you're grabbing someone's attention. Yeah, anyways, all right, so continuing on. Next is inspirational. When you want someone to do the action, even if you start off by pissing them off or making them sad or maybe making them feel uncomfortable and think about things they don't typically do, inspirational is how you want to, oh, I'm missing like a thing there. Either way, I'll wing it. But inspirational is how you want them to feel when you ask for the action. You don't want someone feeling pissed off or tense or stressed out when you're asking for it. So when you come to the call to action in your video sales scripts, what we've found is end with inspiring. End with action. End with making them want to click and do the next thing. Make sense? Say yeah. Cool. All right, so, yeah, most profitable ad, I kind of showed you that. I don't want to go into all that. Let's go into two things. I'll give you quickly what to say, and then I'm going to give you some tactics on YouTube, really high level, that you guys can implement that will change your stuff like right now. So this exercise, it's my favorite exercise to do in any ad I've ever created for any company or myself. Super simple, take a picture of this one. This will be responsible for your most successful ads, is nailing down this super, incredibly basic formula. Number one is identifying who you're targeting. When you're recruiting for your company and you want people to work with you, never send the same message to males and females. Don't send the same message to young people or older people. They think differently, they have different priorities. So for example, this exercise here is to help you figure out what the hell to say in your videos, okay? So for example, let's say that we're advertising to a newlywed couple and they just got married. They're somewhere between the ages of 23 to 33. And they live in an area where the average home being sold is like 500K, 400K, they're working professionals, etc. What are the three biggest reasons that they want to buy a home? You guys know this shit better than me. Come on. What are the reasons? They what? Put down the roots. Put down the roots. What else? What else? Investment. Hey, we need to start, we're building a family. Family, right? Moral of the story is the problems, the three greatest problems that they're facing when they're looking to buy a home are completely different than the 65-year-old couple that's been working for 30 years. What are their three biggest problems when buying a house? Decluttering. Got a bunch of shit in there, a bunch of kids. What else? Stairs. Whole different thing. What else? They need a smaller. Downsizing. So tell me this. If you put all of them in the same ad and target everybody, what's going to happen? They'll stop showing your ad. See, what happens is, without going into too much math, basic algorithm of all these platforms is this. If we show 100 people your ad, how many people click that ad? They call it the click-through rate. How many people click that ad? And that's how they dictate what's really good. So for example, if 5 out of 100 people that you're targeting click your ad, 5%, that's really good in their eyes. But if you're already missing because you're talking to the wrong people, the first 100 people it was shown to could have been women that don't relate to the message at all. And now they're not going to show your ad at all. Does that make sense? I didn't want to go like 2 without, whatever. So, okay. So anyways, nailing down this exercise. Now, it doesn't mean that you can't advertise to people who aren't part of this exercise. You just got to remember that you got to create different ads. And also, from a standpoint of hiring, you need 1,000% to have somebody whose sole job is to create ads. It's that much work. When you really target all the people you want to target, you really put it on all the platforms you want to put it on, it just fucking takes work. It does. Full-time job of an expert. We'll talk more about that later. Continuing on, the formula, and this is kind of important. So number one, I just explained to you the first 5 seconds you grab their attention, but this second part, demonstrating an example of solving it. This is where everybody in every industry gets it wrong, especially if you're successful like you guys. Your tendency is to say, hey, I'm with Billy Jean Real Estate, and I've been doing this for 30 years. I've sold more houses than anybody in the city, and if you Google me, you'll find blah, 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 talk, tell. Problem with the internet is the opportunity, and the problem at the same time is that anybody can put anything up on the internet. So users are in the most skeptical state that we've ever seen because they realize that. So telling people shit doesn't matter. So in your videos, you have to say, am I actually demonstrating what I'm saying? And I'll give you a couple quick tactics to do that. Number one is associations. People definitely judge you by who you're hanging out with. Who can you include in your video that may be a trusted figure that's going to give you that association of trust? Next is, where are you filming your video? If you want them to believe you're credible, you don't say, hey, I'm credible. You say, hey, look at my office, or come into my office with me and let me show you something. Inside of that video ad that you saw me do, come into my office, the first thing they see is like 15 employees waving them at the camera. Because what am I really saying to them? Hey, we're legit as fuck, just so you know. Without saying it. So demonstrating, you have to think, if you're watching a video and you had to tell them anything, you lost. It's just like marketers who have probably pitched you guys 1,000 times on what they can do. Versus they should have just filmed a 1 5-minute video showing them bringing customers to a real estate agent, showing how successful they are, and said, this is what the fuck I do. That's what gets your attention. Demonstration is everything. That's why I spend so much time on it. Next is ask them to solve a problem in exchange for their contact information. Not so important. This is important for YouTube. So watch the ending of this video.
Whether it's YouTube, Instagram, or Facebook, what I need you to do is I need you to click this button right here. Or maybe the button's right here. If you're on mobile, it's up here. If you're on desktop, it's down here. But to register for my training, guess how? So for the sake of timing, what I do here in this video is I literally spend 45 seconds telling them to click. The reason why I do that on YouTube specifically, on Facebook, people are kind of trained now where they understand you can click some stuff. On YouTube, which I'm about to dive into in a second, they don't know. And there's a timer. It says you have 15 seconds till this ad goes away. They have no idea. So you have to be obnoxious and break down that fourth wall again and tell them what to do, or it will not happen. This is the difference between a successful ad and a failing one. So now let me switch gears here. And now we're kind of going to go into the tactical shit. So this is where you want to take notes and take pictures. I'll tell you when. This is extremely important though, because this to me is the biggest opportunity for all of you. Especially if you're looking for positioning, authority, recruiting, any of that shit, this is the best way to do it. So, best video in the world, no one sees it, it's worthless. Let's talk about YouTube, blah, blah, blah. Who cares? Whatever. Okay, yeah, this is important. Google owns YouTube. Start there. So to create YouTube ads, you need to do it through Google AdWords. And again, some of you, your team may do this, so I'll keep it high level. Secondly, there's 3 different types of ads on YouTube. One is called in-display. It's highlighted there on the right. When you're on YouTube, which you've all been on before, it's just the little box on the right that says ad. Nothing crazy yet. Next is a bumper ad. You have all been frustrated by one of these before, and it's the ads that do not allow you to skip them. You cannot skip them no matter what. You're like, fuck! Where's my cat video? Get this out of here! I just came here to listen to a song. Ah! Whitney. Okay, right? Third is in-stream ads. In-stream ads. This is where we live, and to me, this sole thing
can be the biggest catalyst to any company in the world right now. And it's the ads that allow you to skip over them within the first 5 seconds. So they have to watch the first 5 seconds, but then they get the option to say, I don't want to watch this, which is that skip ad button that you see here. That's what we're going to focus on today. Okay, so yeah, so actually, to demonstrate the power, like I told you, I had a membership site where we educate people and shit like that. Almost every single one of our 5,000 members came from YouTube ads. 0 salespeople. So imagine you just had, especially you guys like return on investments and all that shit, imagine you had something where every day you put money into it. And every single day it was bringing you somebody who was paying you $109 a month. And I was recouping my cost of advertising within 4 hours. It's free fucking money, right? It's free money. You put, like we spend, I think we got up to like $10,000 a day we spent. That day we'd make like $10,300, but then we'd have X amount of members that are now paying monthly and being upsold, et cetera, into the process. Most powerful thing ever, 0 salespeople. All online, 100%, happening while I'm sleeping, 24/7, all parts of the world, right? That's the power. So let me switch gears here. Yes, this stalker shit. So what separates YouTube and the opportunity is you can find people who are in the most pain that need your products or services the most. So for example, there's 3 main ways that you can advertise on YouTube. Number 1 is you can place your video ads on top of certain videos. For example, if you're looking for people who are starting a new career, when people are having problems and they're thinking about a job switch, what do? They go to Google, new jobs, best careers, blah, blah, blah. Guess what? Then they go to YouTube and they find videos. And it's like somebody talking about, here's the best way to find the career that's for you. You can pop up on that video and say, hey, looks like you're looking for a new career. Well, have I told you about Billie Jean Realty? Come with me. You know how much that costs you? 1 cent to 5 cents per view. Maybe 10 cents if you're doing a shitty job. Want to hear the cooler thing about YouTube? It doesn't actually charge you unless someone watches 30 seconds of your video or more. That's free money. Now, if you make it less than 30 seconds, then it's half the time they charge you, so you can't scam it, but you get it. Okay? Also, better example of that paints the picture. When my daughter was on the way, when she was still in her mom's tummy, I was like, damn, what's some cool dad-daughter shit that we can do? And I saw this video of this guy playing a guitar with his daughter. So I was like, well, fuck that, I can play an instrument too. So I bought a harmonica, 2, because I wanted us to play together. And so when I went to learn how to play the harmonica, what's the first thing I did? Yeah, I went to YouTube, how to play the harmonica. Fucker got me, came right into the camera. Said, hey, looks like you're looking to play the harmonica. Well, you can look around YouTube and try and find all these things, or I've just compiled it for you in this course that's only $37. What do you think? I bought that shit so quick. So, I never logged in, but I bought it, and I bought it just like that. But just imagine how many different ways can you guys use that in your business? How many? Houses in this zip code. People have video walkthroughs. Now, the person who uploads the video, they have to give permission to do this, so you can't do it on all videos, but a lot of them do because they want to make the advertising dollars. Okay, so that's tip number 1 for YouTube. The second is powerful too, is specific websites. This is great for positioning and authority. So for example, take Forbes. We've all heard of Forbes before, right? So Forbes is a partner of Google, and then in the top left corner, that is a video ad screenshot. You can select to have your ads show up there. So now when your clients see you, where are they seeing your video ads at? Forbes, which makes you what? The shit. You're the shit. Damn, that's that Billie Jean dude. I saw him on Forbes. He was on CNN. He was on Fox. He was on this. See how I did both? See, but yeah. That's how you keep the room cool. Yeah, it was on both. So all those things, right? And again, I'm getting this type of positioning and authority, and guess how much it costs? 5 cents, right? So continuing on, cool resources. Let me see what's actually worth showing you. This right here, so the tool. When you're creating a YouTube ad, this is pretty powerful stuff. I typed in the term, how to start a business. And when I type that in, it tells me all of the business-related websites for that term. So we know Forbes, and that's the one that comes to our head, but there's a gazillion websites out there. And not only that, it tells you how many impressions it's getting. Hey, allbusiness.com, it's getting 500,000 to 1 million impressions a week, or a week. Huge. So I can click there, I can find out the demographic. Is it mostly male or is it female? What's their income? And I can advertise on that. You know how much this tool costs? It's free. It's part of the process when you create a YouTube ad now. They search it, they just recently updated it. So when you go in there and you create it and it has great tutorials of holding your hand how to do it, it's just part of the process. They help you, they want you to win because they want you to spend more money, right? And you can also search for other YouTube videos to advertise on in that same platform. Next is the keyword planner. How many of you are familiar with the keyword planner? Right here, a couple of my Google peeps. Super powerful, best for Google, but works fantastically on YouTube also. And again, what I like about this is as entrepreneurs, we always have business ideas. We always got some shit, and we think it's the best idea ever. Best way to validate an idea in 2 seconds. Type in exactly what it is. How to start a business. It will tell you how many people are actually searching for that a month. Instantly, right? Like how many people are searching for like a cat daycare or something like that. I don't know what ideas you have. You guys think there's some weird shit. I do too, all the time, right? But either way, validate in 2 seconds, keyword planner. All you do to use this tool is go to Google and type in keyword planner. It will give you a link and watatata. You're good. Make sense? Say yeah. Okay. One more little tip I want to give you guys because I think it will help you. Oh, advertising to people by the TV shows that they watch. This has probably been, over the last 7 or 8 years I've been doing this, my favorite targeting method ever. So for example, I want to get in front of entrepreneurs all day. So Shark Tank, anybody watch it before in this room? Okay, I advertise on that, right? Other influencers, like Gary Vee, when people watch shit, like, man, I always see you on Gary Vee stuff. I'm like, dude, that's so weird. Crazy. I don't know how that happens. Grant Cardone, you guys want his audience, real estate? Cool, click it, search it. You can show up on all this shit. But especially in real estate, you guys have this bigger advantage than anybody. You know how many real estate TV shows there are? $1 Million Listing, LA, San Diego, North and West Dakota, Tampa Bay, Florida, and Salt Lake City. Everything. But people are watching it. So when people are watching the flip or flop shows, what are they thinking? Damn, I gotta get into this flip game. Damn, I gotta do this. So if you came up with a video, first 5 seconds, had a little miniature house in your hand, and then flip it and said, hey, you wanna start flipping houses? See what I did there? Anyways, you're watching Flip or Flop right now. Why don't you actually do it? I'm having a free training that, you see what I'm saying? They're the most paying, they want your shit. Continuing on. This is the coolest tool ever. For our more advanced geeks here, you may know about it, but if you don't, this is a game changer that all of you should put on your computers right now. Take a picture of this one. Very big. It's called Keywords Everywhere. Keywords Everywhere. Shout out to Sunny Lenarduzzi who put me onto this. Keywords Everywhere. And it's a Google Chrome extension. Okay, so basically when you're browsing the web with Google Chrome, you can download this little tool. And here's what it does. It basically allows you to see the volume. This is a really bad example. We forgot to change it. It was for a different group. But it allows you to see the volume for anything being searched. So just ignore it, be mature. So the word, let's say it was D's, and you see search, it tells you exactly how many people are searching for these terms. So there's 135,000 people a month searching for the keywords D's nuts. And it tells you it instantly. And for 53 cents to 1 cent, you can bid on it. You want to sell, well, watch this. Now let's get creative. You want to sell D's Nuts t-shirts and have a fun image there? You can literally show up right in those search terms and say, want a D's Nuts t-shirt. Anyone who's searching it wants a fucking t-shirt of D's Nuts. Right? So this tool's so powerful. So anyways, this is just one of my favorite tools that exist on the internet right now. It tells you that, and here's the other thing. It tells you the competition, how much it actually costs to bid on the word, because it's all an auction, right? So if something's too expensive, it will give you related keywords that may be cheaper. So for example, sales coach, it says, hey, we're getting X amount of searches a month for 64 cents or 84 cents cost per click. And then they'll give you other words, sales coaching models, that's $4.97 a click. Best sales coach or sales coach job description, that's only 90 cents. And it tells you all of this instantly for free. It's free. Every tool I've showed you is free. And I say that all to a room of people who don't care what it costs. But what I do want to point out is that what you don't know will put you out of business. Because when your competitors get a hold of this shit and they start implementing it, That's the difference in that one listing, right? That one recruit that could have changed everything for you. Okay, so I'm gonna blaze through this, but I think it's worth mentioning, and I'll wrap up here. So YouTube targeting capabilities. I don't think people realize how much you can do in regards to finding the right person. So I'll go through those. Demographic, age, sex, parent or non-parent, how much your household income makes, interest, locations, especially for local businesses. It's the most underutilized tool in the world. And it's so affordable and so effective, it's crazy. Language, devices, placements, topics, and email lists. Now I'm gonna give you guys a tactical tip that will make you a shitload of money today that will cost you fucking nothing. Take out your cell phones today and upload an email list of all of the previous customers, clients, whatever it is, into YouTube. It will take you 2 seconds. Even the most non-techie person can figure it out. It may take you a few hours, but you can. And I want you to shoot that video and just say, hey, what's up, it's Billy Jean. I just want to thank you so much for being a customer of my X, Y, and Z. I appreciate you greatly. If you found results from my help or what I've done or my experience with you, and you know someone else who can benefit from it, if you click this link right here and give me their contact information, I will mail you blank for free as my way of saying thank you. It will cost you between 1 to 10 cents per view of all people who already know, like, and trust you, and now you have someone who's 24/7 around the clock asking for referrals. Is that helpful? Say yes. Yes. Everyone, literally, it's just the easiest. You guys realize if you wanted to say fuck real estate and just start a new career, you can make an entire career in business out of just doing that. The referral guy or girl. Live a great life. Take you 2 seconds to do. Anyways, all right. So, stay in your guys' industry, whatever. Yeah. Same thing for recruiting. I mean, all this shit, like everything. So quick recap, 3 ways on YouTube. What popular videos can you advertise on? What specific websites can you advertise on? And what's your ideal client searching for? If you can answer those 3 questions, then you can show up to them on YouTube. Congratulations, you have no excuses for not advertising on YouTube, damn it. So, I'll end you guys with this last note, because I've seen this shit happen at least a gazillion times, and I've done it. My biggest fear is you leave and nothing happens. Damn, that Billy Jean guy, he was a little loud and cursed a lot, but he had some good shit. We really need to implement that video stuff. This is good. I'm gonna text the team right now. Some of you already made the text. 2 weeks go by. Yeah, we're gonna do that video thing. 3 months go by. I gotta focus on what's really making me money right now. I don't have time for this shit. 6 months go by. 2 years, 3 years, you're out of business. Hey, Billy, think you can do my YouTube advertising? No, you can't afford me no more, man. I told you. I'm just kidding. I don't know if it really goes like that. I don't want that to happen to you. But I did want to let you guys know this. If you guys are the type that's like, I want it done, and you just want some done for you shit, my team and I would be more than happy to do it for you. Super simple. We'd help you create the video. We'd put it on YouTube. We'd train your team on how to do it. I mean, I train for a living. We have like an entire like school, so to speak, on all this shit. So if you want us to give it to you, we can do that. And we'll even, this is the thing that I don't think many people are thinking about, but I think it would be the greatest return on investment you can have, even including your real estate deals, except for the ones the guy talked about before, is helping you structure your own media and marketing team. To me, it's not just a one-off thing. And I think that's what happens, right? We're just like, I'll just do this video one time. You hire a part-time contractor. It takes forever to get the video. You don't like the way it looks. You don't put it out. The process took 4 weeks. Honestly, the biggest winner in this game and your guys' game is speed. That's not new. That's business fundamentals. The people who win are the people who can create an ad and get it up. You know how long it takes my team and I to create an ad like this and actually get it on? 6 hours. So when something doesn't work, we don't give a shit. We just make a new one the next day. That's why you guys have seen my ads so much. You haven't seen most of my ads because they suck. So we turn them off. But you see the winning ones because they work. So if you're interested, shoot Jordan a text message. She's in the back. Say hi, Jordan. There she is. And we can do either one. We can come to your office, like we just did that for a couple companies that we met through War Room, which is awesome. And we can come to you, or you can come to our studio. So we took education to the next level. And as opposed to just having online stuff, I just invested into building an entire studio. That's it, right there. Theater seats like Sinopolis or the luxury movie theaters, the whole deal. Just badass. So anyways, thank you guys for having me. I appreciate it. Thank you.